people like us. As Julia said, we might not have the money. We might not have big houses, cars, but we have a voice. We have a voice. And, all right, we are going to say to Mayor Bloomberg, it's time to do the right thing. And how are we going to do this? It's by organizing.
Then I got my Section 8 voucher, October 26th of last year. I found my house, beautiful house, 4-bedroom, utilities were included, up in Rosedale, nowhere in the Valley Stream. Beautiful house, beautiful, everything was new. December 22nd, I go to my court date again. Come to find out, my lawyer told me, you do know that Section 8 ran out of money, right? Yeah. Didn't even know it. That day I was going to schedule my appointment for my inspection and move in within a month and get my life back together. Start going to school, try to get things pieced together. So I didn't know where to go. So luckily enough, the lawyers dragged things on and on and on, but today I got another 10-day notice. Okay? I don't know what to do. He's going to try to drag it as much as he can, but the most he can drag it out is to maybe end of August. So that's when my kids start school, and I don't know what to do. I know, and I probably have to go back into the system. And right now I'm hearing it's worse than before.
I just want to say good evening to everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening. I was in the shelter in 2008 for 5 months because I was so determined to get out. I'm sorry. All right. I came out under a program called Children Advantage, which, you know, that's through ACS, whatever, make a long story short. February of this year, I went and I took my money and I gave it to the people for a nice house, something similar to what he did. Got my little voucher, went to the man said, hold on. I'm going to be honest with you, your voucher's no good. Here's your check back. Now, right now, as I'm sitting here talking to all of you, everything that they tell us to do, I done did it. Okay? And every place they send me, I get turned down. Okay, as of the 31st of this month, I will be officially homeless. The shelter system, I can no longer deal with. I can't do it. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. You understand? But I'm going to say this to you. From a little girl growing up to where I am now, I thank God because there's other doors opening that I never imagined to open. My theory and the outlook of the whole thing is that we have to stick together. We have to stand up for what we believe in. You know, right now it's no time to let Tom tell Jerry, oh, you can't have this money. Or it's not going to go this way. It's got to be a way. Yeah. It's got to be a way. Just like I heard the lady talk about her child. Miss, I can identify because I have 2 of them in my house. Okay? And at the end of the day, I shouldn't say what I'm about to say, but me personally, I would love to meet the mayor and the president. Because at the end of the day, my story is like this. How can I live here all my life, work the majority of my life, and due to the fact that I became a chronic asthmatic is what put me on Social Security disability. You understand? So now for you to take my whole piece of cake because of my health, then I go through the shelter, and I think everything's going to be all right. I give the man my money for the man to come and tell me it's no good. The day that I found out it was no good, not only did the man tell me when I went home and stuck my key in my mailbox.
Solved. I think what Marissa said is very true. This feels like a problem that should never have happened, right? And that's right. Obviously, you know, you count on the New York City Housing Authority to know how many Section 8 vouchers they have and not send out more Section 8 vouchers than they have, right? So that's their job, was to know how many they had, and when they sent one out, be able to fill it. So the problem never should have been solved in the first place. And then it feels like a problem that once it was created would get solved, right? Because the personal stories that you've come and told us at the city council, or that you each have told your caseworkers, that you've told home base, are so persuasive and compelling, it feels like a situation where when you go sit down and say, no, wait a minute, you know, you gave me this voucher because my family was homeless or about to be homeless, or I was in this situation where I was going to lose my home, or it feels like they would say, well, that makes sense, so let's figure out what we can do. Maybe we can find another voucher somewhere else, or if not, we can give you some rental subsidy to hold you over, or if you are interested in a public housing unit, maybe we can put you in line for a public housing unit and get that quick. It feels like that, and it should be, but it's not. Unfortunately, where it stands today, the NYCHA did send out more vouchers than they had, and when they realized they had done it, they found the fine print that said, well, we told you we could take it back at any time we wanted with absolutely no consequence and with no recourse, and there's nothing you can do. And then they came to the city council and told us, well, that's what we did, and we had some hearings. We asked them, really, can you do that? Isn't there some way that with this money that is supposed to be used for rent subsidies could be used? Can't you offer people public housing? And what was clear was they don't feel any responsibility to address this problem. Just have not heard. They don't believe in the mayor's office, in NYCHA in the Section 8 unit, in NYCHA in the public housing unit, in the Department of Homeless Services. They don't believe this is a real problem. They haven't seen it as a real problem. They haven't heard it as a real problem. They're used to Councilmember James and I and a few of our friends saying, you guys aren't paying attention to the needs of low-income people and working people. But they don't hear it. They don't see it.
With Section 8 vouchers, get an apartment, and then have to come back from that apartment into a shelter because they left the place.
Absolutely. It's clearly they would rather see people become homeless. They would rather spend it on other things. So what we need to do is figure out a way to make him give the money. Because they have the money. The money is available for this reason. The president gave the money to help people just like you, and we need to make them.
If you love your children as I know you do, you've got to fight for them. You've got to reach down in your gut, in your soul, and say, this is a fight worth fighting for. Your ancestors, our ancestors, people who came to this country fight each and every day for services. You have a right to be respected and to be given a little service from time to time. A lot of you are in this situation not by your own, because you created it. It's because of circumstances, and all you need is some assistance. And because you live in the richest country on earth, they have a duty and an obligation to assist you when you're down on your knees. But the point is this. I believe in you. You look at me as a city council person. My mother was once on public assistance. I'm no different from you. I'm just in this position right now. But I know and I feel your pain because I've got siblings and brothers and family members in your situation. So I am no different from you. All that I have is this microphone and a voice. And as long as God gives me the ability to speak, I'm going to speak truth to power. But I need for you to do the same thing and to believe in yourself and know that you can turn this around. Just as I stand before you today, I am no different. I am you and you are me. And we are inextricably tied together. And together, we're going to turn this around. Is the power here? Yes. Is the power here? Is the power here? Is the power here? Amen.
Thanks to everyone for coming out. All right, the fight has just begun. And we don't want you to go home and say, oh, I can't be bothered. Think about it while you go to bed tonight. This lady has a sick child. Just feel the pain that Marissa is feeling. All right? It's like all of us feeling this pain. Believe me. And I will die for the right of the people. All right? We are going to fight because housing is a right. The money is available and they must spend the money.